How's it going? It feels like it's been quite a while. Boy, I found this at a thrift store, and I'm endlessly fascinated by it. You can take a look here. It looks like a hamburger. Burger. You're meant to like hold it kind of like this. There's the lens off the front. You got all sorts of like autofocus doodads there and such. It's kind of interesting. It's strangely appealing in a way. But what really mystified me about this was the APZ on the front. It stands for Advanced Program Zoom. And the deal is that the camera attempts to zoom in on subjects automatically when you put your eye up to the viewfinder. Wow, did a perfect demonstration for us right there. Hi, hello. This thing is from the early 90s. While you had a megabyte of RAM and a parallel port, this thing was focusing and zooming automatically. The only review I was able to find about it online said it was pretty annoying. But I've actually found it, like, kind of useful. I mean, it works. When you zoom into something, it takes time for the lens to reach the range you want. So if it's zooming as you put your eye up to the camera, it's like easier to get a shot quicker, I guess. Look at that extension. What I find really interesting is that sometimes once you have your eye up to the viewfinder, it will slowly adjust. And then it's like slowly adjusting. It makes me really curious about how it works, but more on that later. I like the design of this thing. It's not very glamorous, but everything is so intentional. The zoom buttons are in a perfect location to line up with your fingers. The strap has this hand strap built into it. And then the flash has this weird little thing on it. See this weird little thing like kind of poking off the corner there? That's for your pinky, I think, right? So your pinky doesn't cover the flash. That's a great idea. The lens cap covers the autofocus things here and it like snaps into place so it doesn't like flop around. And it has a clip built into it so you can attach it to the strap. That's like, these are like cool things, you know? I used to think point and shoots were kind of, you know, dumb. But like relatively recently, I've seen a lot of the kinds of pictures they can produce, and generally, I'm pretty impressed with them. Whoa. I'm out on a hill, the highest area I could find, because I figured it would be a good idea to test the zoom on this guy, you know? I mean, we're in an area with a lot of things. Find a spot where I can zoom into stuff. Let's try zooming into the camera. Okay, it's picked the zoom. Didn't take it. There we go. There's some pretty cool, like, satellite dishes or something over here. I don't know what the hell they are. Okay. It's actually kind of cool, though. Like, you take the picture, and it's, you know, the zoom lens goes right back in. This is awesome. Found a woolly worm. You will be my subject. Dude, he's fast. He's on the move. I found another one. These guys are different lengths. So, how does this auto zoom work? I tried searching through patents filed by Minolta, and I wasn't really able to find anything, which makes me think it's actually simpler than I first thought. Today, if you were going to try to auto zoom on something, you could use like computer vision, AI trained stuff to pick out something. In the 90s, you didn't really have anything like that. Not to mention the fact that this is running on one of these dumb little batteries. Doesn't appear to want to come out. It's like a non-standard battery, so there's not a lot of power in it, is what I'm trying to say. You can't recharge it. I hate non-standard batteries so much. Obviously, any like complicated AI-based stuff isn't happening here. It's a rangefinder after all, right? Or is it? No, it's not. I'm gonna take kind of like a cathode ray dude like guess here and say that I think it's just zooming in based on the distance of the thing it's focusing on. When you can lock focus on something, you can estimate how far away it is. If you have zooms set to various distances, you know. And it works fine for a lot of things. But for pictures where you want to take like a wide shot of something that's far away, like a building, it just doesn't work at all. It just zooms in and it totally doesn't work. In a lot of scenarios, those shots are far and few between. So zooming in when something is far away is a pretty good bet. We had a good worm break, which is very important. But now I'm in the dark room. You know the dark room we all have access to? That dark room? I'm in it. I actually had to shoot 2 rolls today because of a school assignment, which is very difficult. If you wonder why film developing places charge so much for developing film, it's because it's hard.
do it once and it becomes very clear. Normally I like to do stand development because it's fine of a grain, but recently, the last couple times I've done it, I just like, it hasn't worked at all. This is not fine grained film we're using anyways. It's like 400 ISO, so. This thing comes open whenever I don't want it to.
I'm not the biggest user of 35mm cameras because when I'm spending money on film, which is expensive, I figure I might as well spend all my money on film and go as bankrupt as I can and get some big, fat, juicy negatives. Oh, so good. Like this thing. Take a look at that. Oh my god. 35mm panoramas are great. I'm a fan of that. But the normal 35mm photo size is often just too grainy for the pictures I like to take. But I'm happy with the pictures this camera produces. There's a certain crispness to it. Yeah, that's really about it. I thought this was just like a really interesting little thing. I've never seen something like this before. And I appreciate the time period when kind of like what's happening with smartphones now, where like people are just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. I appreciate those kinds of things where all these different form factors are being tested and stuff, because I think for the most part now, basically all DSLRs look pretty similar. So something like this, which is like the ultimate dad camera, I feel like. Yeah. I want to thank everyone for sticking around. It took me a really long time to finish this video. I started filming it like a month ago. I got sick. It wasn't COVID, which was great. And I did a lot of laying around. So yeah, I appreciate it. I have some cool stuff coming soon. Thanks for watching.